Good morning, Ramblers. Good morning, Ramblers. It is great to see you all again.
I am so happy that school has started again. I love school. I didn't before all of this started, but I love school now. Oh, hey, it's... Wrong voice.
Oh, hey, it's so nice to see you. I'm so happy to be back.
I know. I'm so happy to be back, too. I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, why is your polo pink? Did they change the dress code?
Oh, no, they didn't change the dress code. My mom thought I should have home economics while I was schooling from home. So she taught me how to do the laundry. Except she forgot an important step. She forgot to tell me not to put a red shirt in with my white polos. So now they are all pink.
I think you look good in pink.
Thanks.
So, did you understand any of this log stuff that Mrs. Dempsey tried to teach us? Like, can't I just do it in my calculator?
I think there's a way we can do it in the calculator, but maybe we should go ask Mrs. Dempsey. I missed her.
Me too! Hey, Mrs. Dempsey, it's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be back in math class. It's my favorite.
But, that log stuff was really confusing. I just wanted to know, is there a way that I can just use my calculator?
Well, yeah, but you have to remember to bring your calculator to class.
Well, of course there's a way we can do these in your calculator.
But, as my buddy over here said, you have to have your calculator.
But I am going to teach you guys how to do it in the calculator.
But just so you know, depending on what calculator you have, the response of how to do it is going to be slightly different. Now, one way that we can use our calculator is by doing what we call the change of base formula. Now, let's look at an example. If I gave you log base b of a, and you wanted to type this into your calculator, well, what we could do is we could use what we call our common logarithm to rewrite this using the change of base formula. Now, this common logarithm, so if you guys saw log of 5 written, it kind of looks like something's missing. But the truth is something's not missing, it's just implied. So if you look here, we don't see a base written. But if you have the word log and you're taking the log of something, what we would do here is we would assume it's a base of 10. So anytime you don't see a number here as a base, you assume it is 10. Just like if we have x, we assume it has an exponent of 1, we assume it has a coefficient of 1. So here, base 10. That is called your common logarithm. Now, we can use this common logarithm really easy in our calculator. So if I have a calculator, whether it is a TI calculator, like one of the big graphing ones, or whether it's a little scientific one, you can still use it. So do you guys see here over on the left side? That button there, that is your common logarithm button. So if I wanted to look at log of 5, I'd hit log of 5, and it's approximately 0.699. Now, say I was going to look at log of 10. Well, remember, there's a hidden base here, and that hidden base is 10. So hopefully you guys know that if you had log base 10 of 10, what should that equal if these match? You're shouting 1, right? Good. Yeah, I think it's 1. It's 1. Okay, so log of 10 is 1 because the base is 10. Now, what happens if your base isn't 10 though? How do I use my calculator? Well, we do this change of base formula, and your change of base formula tells you then that you can redo this as the log of A, so the common log here, over the log of B. And I remember this because the base of my log is the base of my fraction. So let me prove this to you guys that this actually works. If I gave you log base 5 of 25, we know that this means 5 to what power equals 25? It's 2. Yeah, you're right, it's 2. He needs a name. Send name suggestions. Now, if I want to try this in my calculator, what I can do is I could do log of 25 over log of 5. So, let's check this out. Log of 25 divided by log of 5. I don't need a calculator. I know what it is. It's 2. You were right. So, we know that this is going to equal 2. Now, this comes in handy, especially when it comes to some that are a little more complicated. So, if I gave you guys log base 8 of 2, well, we know this is 8 to what power equals 2. Now, 4, it's 4. Well, let's check and see. So, if I have log of 2 over log of 8, I have my calculator. So, log of 2 divided by log of 8. That is not 4, but it is, if I want it as a nice pretty little fraction, it is 1/3. Now, you still need to know how to evaluate a log. One, because half of you don't ever bring your calculators anywhere. So there's also going to be some properties that I'm going to teach you in the next class that the calculator's not really going to help you a whole lot. But it is an important skill for you guys to know how to do this change of base. Now, I learned how to do this in my calculator this way. That's because 20 years ago when I was your age, yep, it's my 20th high school reunion this year, class of 2000. But when I was your age, we didn't have some fancy buttons on some calculators, and honestly, some of you don't have them either. But it doesn't really matter because you can use the change of base. Now, for those of you, if you want to check and see what you've got going on, if you hit your math button, and then you get to A. So I'll write it down, math, arrow down until you get to A, and it says log base. So I hit that, and it lets me just type some things in. So we just did log base 8 of 2. Well, I'm going to do the same thing. So I went math, arrow down, A, so 8 of 2. And that equals 1/3. So if you don't have this math A thing, do not go home and tell your parents that you need a new calculator. You don't. You can use the change of base for it. Oh, I'm so happy my calculator has that log base.
Mine doesn't. But I'll just do what Mrs. Dempsey said and use change of base. Math class is so much fun. It's so happy to be back. Woo!